Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Home TV. Today I will be telling you about basic engraving in Dorico. So let's go. Alright, so let's start working on our project. And let's start with renaming our project to whatever we want. If it's like a tiny project, it's something you just want to export immediately, you can always just double click here and rename it here. But proper way is to just go to the setup, right click here and go to your project info, and here you can rename your project. Well, actually I'm going to rename the flow. You can also rename the project as well. So let's say I'm going to name it basics. Whoop. And this one also basics. And if you are new to Dorico, the flows are representation of movements. So they're like different files within one project file. Okay, I'm gonna click on apply. Okay, and as you can see, my title is already here. Now let's start making our music. First of all, let's go to write mode. I'm gonna add the bars. Already I have the 4/4 time signature here. Now I'm gonna go ahead, let's see, I have it there, and I'm gonna make the third bar into a 3/4. So I'm gonna press Shift and M to initiate the popover, and I'm gonna write 3/4. And as you can see, my 3/4 is added here. And then, because in this example, we have some different bar lines, I'm going to show you how you can add bar lines here. I'm going to click on this bar line. All right. Now I'm going to press Shift and B, and I'm going to write double here. Okay. And then we have a double bar line here. The other way to modifying your bar lines and with many other stuff in Dorico is to use the right panel. Now I'm going to click here. I'm going to go to the right, bars and bar lines here. Then I will just click on this final here. Okay, now it should look quite similar to what we had before. And now I also want to delete the rest of these empty bars. And in order to do that, I just click here and hold Shift. Well, actually you can hold Shift at the end. I'm going to go down. I hold Shift, I click, all right, and then go back up again, and then I click on the recycle bin here, or the trash bin. Beautiful, and there it is. So now let's start adding our music. I'm going to zoom in a bit here. Okay. Entering note is quite easy in Dorico. If I press enter, you can use a MIDI keyboard or your computer keyboard. Now I'm going to enter the notes. D, F, A, G. Now we reach to a point that we need to switch our timing. So we need a shorter note duration. And in order to do that, you can use shortcuts on your keyboard. For example, I'm going to click on 5. And as you can see, the note duration moved in the left panel. And you can also just click on it. So whatever duration that you want, you can just click on it, and then it will automatically be available when you're entering your notes. Now I'm going to continue adding my notes. And then here we have a dotted one, okay? For dotted, just press the dot button on your keyboard. And as you can see, this is the dotted note representation of the duration in your note. So, and I'm going to click on, what was the note? F. And then now I'm going to revert back to the smaller note, which is the 16 here. I'm going to press 4 on my keyboard, and then G. All right. And then I'm going to go to the note duration of a quarter note. I press 6 on my keyboard. Okay. Oh, actually there should be a G here. Sorry. Hey, so I wanted to introduce you to something cool. It's called a shortCUP, and it actually is a cup with shortcuts on it. And this one is fully compatible with Dorico. Link in the description below. Now let me tell you another thing now that we're here. We can also move the notes. So for example, if you had this situation, you can also just press R to duplicate a note and then press Alt on your keyboard or Command in Mac and then use the arrow keys. So for example, I'm gonna take it up. This is arrow up, all right? And then I do the same with the rest of them. Sometimes it's easier this way. I'm just using the same process, okay? And now I'm gonna add the notes that are below it. I'm gonna press enter again and I just add. Now you might say they're an octave higher, but it's okay, I'll get there. So I'm just adding everything, whoop. This one. And what I did was that I just clicked on the note and I changed the duration with the number on my keyboard. So 5, 4, 3, 2. All right. And then I'm going to use R again here. And I'm going to change the note. So there are G and E. So we have a G here. And on top we have a E. And the duration is, of course, a whole note, but I want it to be a quarter note. So I'm going to hold Shift and I'm going to press the down button to select both notes. Otherwise, you're going to get to a situation like, for example, this, which we don't want it because it's just changing the duration of one note. But now I'm going to do Control Z, alrighty, Shift and this guy, and then number 6, okay. And then I'm going to press R, and now I will use my arrow keys to take it a step higher. You see, you can switch between the notes, and I will choose this E while pressing Alt on my keyboard and arrow up. It just goes one step higher, and then we have the last one. Now this is a fun one. I know it's a lot of information, but it's really fun, this, I mean, in general. So press on your control button and select the two notes, okay? And now if you click while holding Alt, it will duplicate here. Ta-da! It's really cool, this feature. And now I will just, I want to make it into a dotted whole note, sorry, dotted half note. And then I press 7, all right, and a dot on my keyboard. And now what I'm gonna do is to transpose them. I select everything by using the Shift, so I just click here to highlight it, and then I press Shift on the beginning so I can select the whole thing. Now you can just grab them down like this, and it's quite easy, or you can use Control and Alt with arrow keys to take them up or down, okay? It's an easy way to just transpose everything within an octave. So now we're gonna add more information. Let's start by adding the slurs. I'm gonna add slurs into the whole bar by clicking on an empty space here. And the empty space means that if you click on an empty space, it's going to select the whole bar. And once you did that, just press S on your keyboard. Super easy. And then click on this F again here, press S to add your next slur. And this one has an accent, right? And in order to do that, you can just use this accent button here, which adds the accent, or use the accent shortcut on your keyboard. Okay, now we're gonna add the dynamics now. So I'm gonna just click on this note here. I'll press Shift and D to initiate the popover for dynamics. Now I'm gonna write mezzo forte with a crescendo and forte. Okay, as you can see, it's added here. And now I can just pull it. I'm just clicking and dragging, super easy. As you can see, it's just added here. Now I want to add my expression there. It's super easy. Just click on your dynamics and go in the lower column, lower panel, sorry, and then go to the suffix here and write whatever you want. So for now we want espressivo, and espressivo will be added there. Super neat. And we're gonna finally add the tempo markings. So I'm gonna press Shift and T to initiate the popover, and then write andante, and the tempo is also there, and I press enter. And for this one we can use the right panel to add our tempo. And what we're going to do is that we will just select the tempo here, okay, and then for example it was larghetto, right? You might see that there is no larghetto here. That's why you need to just use these thingies here, you know, the indicators, to get the larghetto there. And I just select this part and I'm going to add the larghetto, and it's added here. Now you might say there is one thing missing, and you're right, and that is the piano that is not written here, and you're correct. So in order to add the piano there, you have to access your layout options. And this is a bonus in the video, because now I know for if you're a beginner it's going to be a bit complicated, but just press J on your keyboard and write down page setup layout options, okay, and press enter, and you'll be greeted into a whole world of modifications inside of Dorico. And then head to stabs and systems in the left panel. Now you can see you have staff labels on first system, staff labels on subsequent systems. Now I'm going to say I want the label to be fully written in my first system, and since it's a tiny score and there is nothing else here, I'll just put it as none, because this is on subsequent systems, so on the other systems. And then I click on OK, apply, and then close. And there you have it, everyone. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And there are a lot of more videos to come, and see you later. Homayun out.